thank you for watching The Forum. I'm your host, Ashley Tate, here with my co-host, Christy Largent, and today we are talking all about second chances. And our first guest today is Amanda Sharp and Cheryl Carter, and they are the facilitators of Washington Street Productions. There was a R in there. So it is so nice to have you guys on, and I don't think many people really have ever heard of Washington Street Productions or know exactly what it is. So tell us a little bit, give us a little short intro of what it is.
So I'll start out about how it came about,
Yeah.
and then Cheryl can talk more about the program.
Yeah. Sure.
So Washington Street Productions is funded through our Welfare to Work funds in Tehama County. So it's a CalWorks funded program.
Okay.
And the intent of Washington Street Productions is to provide people with a work opportunity where they can learn meaningful skills, including just going to work every day.
Love that.
At the same time, they're learning how to work with each other, and they're using art, woodworking, and manufacturing skills to really to heal. So it's an opportunity for people to earn income rather than accessing welfare funds.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they're really learning how to become self-sufficient, and it's extremely successful.
How did that come about?
It came about through a movement within the state of California to develop subsidized employment programs. And Tehama County, as many people know, doesn't have large manufacturing base.
No.
So our goal was to find a way for people to manufacture, to create,
Yes.
without having a factory in the community that we could actually use as our employer.
Okay.
So we invented a factory, and Cheryl's team has really taken it to another level.
So what do you mean you've invented a factory? Tell us about it, Cheryl.
So we have a shop. There's two parts of it. There's my leads that work in the back. They actually have graduated from the 30-day temporary employee program. They build in the back. So we have saws, we have lathes, we have you name it, we pretty much have it in the back. And they build, and then we send it out to the front to our 30-day temporary employees, and they get to make it pretty.
So, okay, a couple questions came from that. You're building things in the back of a shop. What's the difference between 30-day, full-time? What is this all part of your system, or what is
so they're
this
all
about?
full-time employees, but they start off in a 30-day temporary position. So they work with us for 30 days.
And what do you look to see during those 30 days? What do you
We work on everything, so from attendance to punctuality to attitude to teamwork to all of those skills that you need in order to be successful moving forward in the workplace.
Okay.
And some actually graduate and are able to be put in other subsidized employment programs, but then some of them we keep on, and not very many. I only get 4 or 5 leads to work in the back, but they can work in the back as well.
So how do they get referred to you? How do they know, how do you connect with these
Through the
people?
Department of Social Services.
So since it's a Department of Social Services program through our CalWorks branch, when we find individuals who are ready for work, or maybe not quite ready for work, but we think that they could really flourish in this type of a program, we refer them. And oftentimes the referral to the date of employment is within 3 or 4 days.
Oh, wow.
So it's a
That's
really
good.
fast-paced program for us to find someone and help them immediately get into work right
So
away.
who's coming to? Is it like kids coming out of college that can't find? I mean, high school that can't find jobs, or who are these people?
These folks are the people who are accessing welfare benefits. So they're going to be families. They have to have a child at home in order to receive CalWorks benefits, and they're going to be adults for the most part. Usually always with children. And what they're making in the factory are products that people might think of as being something you would see, for instance, on Etsy. It's recycled, upcycled, manufactured products that are very sought after in homes today.
Okay.
So what would some of those products look like? I know you have some here. And is this kind of more of the look that you go for? Like they do the distressed wood? What part of this is all of them?
That's all of them.
Really?
Every last part of that was built by them.
Really?
Except for the candles. I had to buy the candles, but even the little balls, the twine balls, every last bit of that was built by them.
So it's going to be small cabinets. It's going to be items for outdoor, seasonal things for the holidays, but then indoor, the shabby chic kind of stuff. Shelving. And the sales are open to the public, so
So
I
where
can
would
go
you
purchase
find,
items.
Where would you find this?
It's on Washington Street, believe it or not, in Red Bluff.
In Red Bluff.
And the sales are at the end of the month.
Okay.
And we can get more information on how to find out.
So they
about
make
those.
they make it all month long, and then they sell it,
Correct.
and this is just a repeat, continually repeat. How do you know what products are going to sell, and what's your marketing
That's where Cheryl
strategy?
is very good.
There's a lot of trial and error. It took us a while to figure it out, but our market definitely is that shabby chic. We just kind of looked at what is selling and what is popular out there right now, and I can't keep stuff like that in the door. I just can't. It goes
so fast.
It
Well,
goes
are
fast.
they underpriced, or what's the?
Well, so we are a nonprofit. When what we sell goes literally back into the program so that we can buy more materials to
Right.
go ahead and build for the next upcoming months and the next employees. So it is at a lower cost. It's not.
That's great.
And it's part of what makes the program innovative because it's a government-funded program.
That's what I was gonna ask.
But the proceeds from the sales go to offset the cost of the, whole United States tax dollar to pay for the welfare program. This subsidized employment program has some self-sufficiency to it as well.
It's so fantastic.
So can I ask you guys what your backgrounds are that basically have brought you here to this point of like, hey, we need to create something? How did you guys, what's your backgrounds first? Let's do that and then tell me how you got.
Well, for the program, I think my background being someone with an MBA and I'm the director of social services, so business operations are something that really come naturally, looking for innovative approaches.
Yeah.
So in terms of developing the program, coming up with the idea, that was me. But I can't say enough about Cheryl's background as being the reason why this is successful. So definitely share your background.
So my background, I have 18 years experience in social work and behavior modification kind of combined.
Oh, wow.
I've done also in the past work development workforce for other counties.
Okay.
So same concept, subsidized employment programs. This one just is way different and awesome. So that's my background. The behavior modification part I feel is very important also to mention because they're allowed to make mistakes. In fact, I want them to make mistakes because I want to see the true them. I want to see what's going on so that I can help address those barriers or those issues that are going on so that they can retain employment after leaving me and it not.
Well, you're really developing a lot of soft skills for them to go out into the general workforce and do things, and also teaching them a craft that could potentially be sold on places like Etsy once they learn how to do that.
And they learn how to market and they learn how to price items. And these, we really want to make sure people understand this is not make work. This is actual production of valuable products. These are. This is really a factory.
They're contributing to society.
Absolutely.
Which is a new position for them to be in, I would imagine.
And having pride of ownership. Sorry, I'm sorry.
My bad.
No, not your bad. You're the guest.
I just wanted to say that when they see their merchandise sell, it's amazing.
Yes.
We do these exit surveys at the end, and last month, quite a few of them mentioned seeing my stuff sell at the end of the month meant so much to me. So a lot of what I'm seeing is people with very low self-esteem and just not that self-worth, and this helps them give them that self-worth. That I can accomplish something. I can do this.
That's right.
Real sense of accomplishment.
Absolutely. The program was designed actually to allow people to have make mistakes, and that is part of the biggest innovation of the project. Is we expect people, we have high expectations for folks in there, and they rise to the to the level of expectation. But we also know that they have a lot of barriers, and without the behavioral component to the program, that might not be acknowledged, and that's really a big reason why it's successful.
That's so exciting.
I don't know if we have time for this, and I'm looking at Christy.
Yeah.
But okay, but I wanted to find out, is the program, if someone wanted to duplicate the program and maybe have it, in other counties, how would they do that? How would they go about doing that?
Well, I'm glad actually you asked that. So I'm a member of the County Welfare Directors Association, and also as a county employee, our counties are all part of the County Association for statewide counties in California. And we won an award through the CSAC Association. So the information about us has been shared across the state of California as a model program, not just a welfare program, but a program.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so that's one way people could find out. The other way is that through the Department of Social Services, we've been able to present at the statewide conference and open up our information to other counties who have actually come to tour our project to see how they could replicate it. So it is available to be replicated. It is a model, and it's becoming a best practice.
Well, I think that this is the kind of creative thinking that government is desperate for.
Absolutely.
Right? You're not just giving people money and saying fix yourself. You're saying, hey, let me show you how to do this.
Absolutely. And it's really a statewide change in how in the next few years welfare programs are already undergoing a renovation, and that is exactly the model. They are looking for ways to help people help themselves and really meet people where they are today to see success.
And the mindset of, it's a hand up and so forth, they've given lip service to it for years, but the problem is they don't know how to, or they wouldn't be in this position.
Exactly.
So you guys are really hitting this huge need with
and it's
some
right here
practical
in the North State.
skills. Right in
It
the North
is,
State.
absolutely.
Yes, leading the
very
way.
proud.
Yes,
So
you
tell
should
us,
be.
where can we get more information on this? How can people buy your stuff? When are the sales and so forth?
So we have a Facebook page, and it's called Washington Street Productions, and on there I always post every month. I'll call it by the crew. So like this month I've posted a ton of pictures on there, and it's called May 2018 Crew, look at what we've done. So I always post what we're doing on there, and then we also announce our sales on there.
Okay,
and
good.
if you want to be emailed, contact me through Facebook, or have somebody get a hold of us through the number, which is 530-690-5653, and I could put you on a special mailing list if you don't have Facebook. So
Can you
that's
order
good.
that stuff online? Like if you
no.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not
Okay,
yet.
okay,
Right?
not yet. Okay, coming. Coming
That's
soon.
the next
coming
phase.
soon. Yes.
Plus, you could really broaden what you're producing.
Absolutely.
Too. I mean, this is
And
a
it's
starting
all
point.
these are all work programs that could help other people learn new skills.
Absolutely. I'm thinking like sheets and bedding and all that. Oh my goodness, so many neat things. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be back with the second half of our show.
Hi, and we're back with giving help and second chances. In this segment, we are speaking with Georgia Alvarez, and she's the CEO and founder of Wings of Eagles. And this is such an interesting program because you're working with children who are seriously ill.
Correct.
And that is, you have to just tell us, there's so much here. So tell us what Wings of Eagles is all about and how you got into this.
Okay. Wings of Eagles was founded in June of 1993 in memory of my son Joseph, who died of a very rare and terminal form of leukemia in January of 1991. When Joseph was diagnosed in 1989, they told us a month later that he had a 0 chance of survival without a bone marrow transplant. And so our daughter Mary, who was 6 years old at the time, was considered to be Joseph's bone marrow donor. So he had a bone marrow transplant in November of 1989, and he had an extremely rough time. But he did survive his bone marrow transplant and was considered to be in remission. But he had a very short remission, and he relapsed in September of 1990 with the same kind of cancer. And so, but during the entire time that we were going through this, we had a tremendous amount of support, emotional, financial assistance from friends, family, community, people we didn't even know. So after Joseph passed away and we got our strength back, we decided that we were going to start a nonprofit in his memory and pay it forward the way that people had shown the support to us. So Wings of Eagles was founded in June of 1993. We have been servicing Butte, Glenn, Colusa, Tehama, Sutter, and Yuba counties for over 25 years now, helping families with their seriously ill children. There's a lot of cancer and a lot of rare genetic defects and other extremely serious illnesses that are considered life-threatening. And what we do is we help them out financially and with emotional support. And how we do that is we don't have any pediatric specialty facilities in our area.
No, we don't.
Everyone has to travel out of the area. Sacramento, San Francisco, LA, sometimes to Washington. So what we do is we help them pay for that traveling, that food, that lodging on all those out of area trips. And that is really, really key because hotels are very expensive.
Absolutely.
And Ronald McDonald House and Sharing Place and all those Corrette Family House, those are wonderful places, but they charge a small fee.
Oh, do they?
Sometimes they do.
No,
it's based on a sliding scale of your income. So they possibly charge a small fee, but if you're there for 10, 11, 12, 15, 30 days, that adds up real quick, and then you're not working because you're with your child, and so you're lacking that income. So it becomes to be a snowball effect. And so at Wings of Eagles, we like to call ourselves the safety net of the community, because we kind of we hold them up while they
you bolster them for a while.
While they're in their crisis situation. And families stay on our program from the time the child is diagnosed to the time the child is considered cured, or if they actually possibly pass away.
I was going to ask, you've answered all the questions that I was going to ask. How long they stay on with you and what kind of things that you're doing. What do you find is the biggest need? Besides, I mean, obviously financial is a huge need. How do you fit in after the
emotional need. Wings of Eagles puts on a few events every year, and the community does support us with events, and our families are always invited guests. And so we meet with them 2 or 3 times a year for outings. There's every year in September, the 2x2 Ranch and Petting Zoo out in Chico, they do a big fundraiser for Wings of Eagles, and all of our families are invited, and it's a great event. And then annually we have a Christmas party, and that is always supported by anonymous donors who donate money for the party, for the presents and everything. And we have 20, right now we have 24 families on our program, but we've had as many as 40. Wow. And we help them on a monthly basis. Wow. So all of them come to our Christmas party, and we have a great time.
And they get gifts.
Yes, they get gifts, they get gift certificates. It just really, makes their day, I have to say. It's a really great thing. Yeah. So that's what we do on a regular basis. And then Wings of Eagles has this really outstanding program called our Hospital Care Kit program.
That's what I was going to ask you about. That's what I wanted to know. Honestly.
She's reading our minds.
I know.
Yeah.
Our Hospital Care Kit program is highly successful because what we do is we gather items that you will forget if you go to an extended hospital stay. Really? And like shampoo, conditioner, tweezers, fingernail clippers, Q-tips, Kleenex, pencils, papers, I mean, anything that you can imagine that you're going to need for an extended hospital stay is in that Hospital Care Kit. And we donate those to all local area hospitals. They call us on the phone, we take them 10. And then let's say there's a child that has a serious illness, but it's a short-term illness, let's say spinal meningitis. Okay. You'll be in the hospital for a month, 45 days possibly with that. Wow. So what we will do is give them an emergency hospital care kit where they have the hospital care kit plus $200 worth of gift cards. Their family can, doesn't have such financial, emotional stress while they're taking care of their child. They can drive back and forth, they can eat, they can buy them a little gift, the child a gift if they want. And then, of course, every family that comes onto our program, a new family, we give them the hospital care kit and start them off with the $200 gift card, and then on a monthly basis we continue to help them. But all of this is possible because of the great community support.
Yeah. So I mean, just going back to kind of a personal level, it sounds like you do have an amazing community support and you're getting great donations, and of course people can always use more.
Yes. Always.
But I wonder, like, how do you keep your own self-care going, and how do you stay joyful and happy, seeing some of the pain that you see and providing the support to other people who are going through so much? I mean, to me this is heartbreaking because I have 2 kids, and when I think of one of them going through something like this, it just seems heartbreaking. I don't know how you are able to provide that support.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Joseph was an amazing person.
Yeah.
Sometimes it felt like I was the child and he was the parent.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot, and almost seemed like he was preparing me for his passing so that I could do what God wanted me to do
You're gonna make me cry.
later.
You don't start crying, you're gonna make me cry. I'm serious. Oh my gosh.
So him being such an amazing person and having the huge family support, my whole entire family, my husband, my daughters, my grandchildren, all of them work with Wings of Eagles. We have a 10-member board.
Wow.
Our director, Terry Thunberg, who could not be here today, she is an amazing stoic person for me. So she deals with a lot of families, while I do a lot of the marketing, promotions, public speaking, because it is emotionally draining for me.
I would think so.
I mean, it's hard not to feel their feelings. And we did that division back in 2006 because it was Joseph's birthday was coming on February 24th, and that week we lost 3 kids off of our program. They passed away, and I did have kind of an emotional breakdown.
Absolutely, yes.
So it was at that time I thought, I'm going to step back from the families,
That's right.
and Terry can do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot for any one person to be constantly, doing the FaceTime with these families. And I think what makes your program so amazing and so good is that you've been there.
Yes.
And you know what needs to go in the hospital kits.
Exactly.
You know what these parents are going through. And I think it's easier to step away and do that from more of a I'm supporting you.
Right.
Like,
Then in the trenches every single day, reliving or being reminded of your
Because that's
loss.
what did happen a little bit. You relive your own loss when someone else passes.
Yeah, that's really hard. What? How do people get referred to you? How do they get into your program?
Well, our program, they can go onto our website, wingsofeagles.org. Right at the top of the page, it's like, learn more on.
And how would someone find out about you? Like, say they get the diagnosis, they're like, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, you don't know where to access.
We're pretty well connected with a lot of the doctors in the Chico area and in the Willows area, and the social workers in UC Davis and UC San Francisco. They know about you. They know us, and so if the family hasn't already been connected with us here locally, they will refer them from the hospital.
So you've raised over $1 million in these years.
Well over.
Well over. How would you? I'm sure you have the number.
I don't. I do know that last year, though, I have to say I'm pretty proud of this. We gave out $93,000 worth of services in funding and in services. We actually gave out $60,000 in prepaid gift cards for gas, food, and lodging.
That's wonderful.
But
wonderful.
we sent out 55 emergency hospital care kits last year also.
That's great.
So there's a lot of need.
Now, do people ever get turned away, or is there anything that would make you not necessarily qualify for your program?
No, we don't base our acceptance of a child based on finances at all.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with it. All it has to do with is the diagnosis.
Okay.
I mean, if the child is considered seriously ill with a life-threatening illness, they qualify for our program.
Oh wow, that's really good to know.
Such a blessing what
Well,
you're
thank
doing.
you.
Thank you. My son's had surgery over the years, and so I know that feeling, not of an illness, thank God, but that's
a worry.
It's a worry. You're out of your element. You don't know what to do. You don't have anybody to ask. What's the next steps? And you're helping with that emotional component combined with the money, so they don't have to worry about who's paying for gas.
It feels so great to help people too.
So
it really does.
Georgia, tell us your website, because I know people are going to want to give. They're going to want to get involved.
It's wingsofeagles.org.
So easy.
You can visit us on Facebook. If you want to see a plethora of pictures and photos, go to our Facebook page, and that's Wings of Eagles. And you can always call us at 530-893-9231.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
What a nice day this has been. This program has been really interesting. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and we will look forward to seeing you next time right here on the forum.